Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa, and in today's reading, we're going to be looking into your next romantic relationship. So we're going to get a lot of info about this relationship, and we're also going to get some detail about who the person is that you're likely to be in a relationship with. We have a choice between 3 readings today. If you're drawn to reading number 1, we'll be working with the Mermaid Tarot and this citrine crystal. Reading number 2 is the Tinseltown Tarot and some rose quartz. Reading number 3 is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot and labradorite. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to the Mermaid Tarot and this citrine crystal, this will be your message. So today we're going to be looking into your next romantic relationship. My goal is to get insight into the relationship itself, your energy versus your person's energy, get a sense of the overall dynamic, and then we're also going to take a look at who this person is that's likely coming into your life. So I want to actually start with some astro dice, and then we're going to pull some of those pre-shuffled oracles to look at the energy of the connection. All right, so we do have Pisces energy, and we have the moon, and what do we have here? The 6th house. Interesting. Okay. So I feel like for you guys, the 6th house is interesting because this points to, I feel like you meeting this person somewhere like in your day-to-day, or there's something about this connection where the day-to-day routine will be significant. Now with Pisces here, this is a beautiful energy that can be, spiritual and immersive. And with the moon here, there's a harmonious energy around themes connected to spirituality, creativity, maybe even like a little bit of a self-sacrificing energy that's here too. It's deeply immersive, deeply attuned. So that's going to be significant in this connection. The one thing to watch for with Pisces is that sometimes boundaries or escapism can be significant. That doesn't have to mean that's what's going to happen here. We're going to see, obviously, as we get deeper into the spread. But the moon in the 6th, it's definitely like something emotionally resonant when it comes to the day-to-day routine that the two of you share. So let's take a look. We have engagement. This says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. For your energy, we have awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. And for your person's energy, we have unavailable. This person is unable to give all that you deserve. So that's super interesting, right? I feel like this will be a really spiritual connection. For you, my viewer, you're definitely going to go through a spiritual awakening through your dealings with this person. And I do think that with engagement, there is like something about this relationship that goes to the next stage, right? For some of you, I feel like you might already know this person. Like maybe this is somebody that you've already been dealing with or that you've known before. Maybe if that's the case, you already kind of know that there's something that ties this person up or constrains them when it comes to commitment or being more present with you. And again, that takes me back to that Pisces energy where it's like you and this person might mirror something back to each other. There could be blurred boundaries around effort and how both of you show up in the day-to-day, potentially. But let's see. Tell us more, please, Spirit, about this connection for group 1, their next romantic relationship. Let's see. We have the 6 of Swords, the energy of my viewers, please, Spirit. The 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, something about this, it feels like a lot of you have already dealt with this person or know who this is. Queen of Pentacles for your person, and then the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You and this person I think have been through a bit in the past, right? Like the Six of Swords is typically talking about moving into a smoother arena, right? Moving out of something rocky or contentious or difficult and sailing, or in this case, skating or sliding into a calmer space. So, and for you, my viewer, with the Seven of Pentacles, there's an assessment of what you've invested this far, right? Within this connection. As you engage more with this person, as they ascend, as you and this person ascend to the next step in your connection, the Seven of Pentacles is about reassessing ROI, or maybe even feeling like something isn't fully ready, but feeling impatient that it's not ready. Because the Seven of Pentacles can sometimes talk about like when we're not feeling super patient. Like you can even see here, like the image that's depicted here is that they're pregnant. She's waiting, for the baby to be born. You have to be patient. You can't rush that process. It makes me wonder if you, my viewer, if part of the awakening for you has to do with you taking stock of all the effort that you've put in so far with this person and kind of awakening to the fact that you've put in a lot, you've invested a lot, and maybe you're not certain about the ROI. Because I do feel with that Pisces energy, there's something that's a little escapist about the nature of this connection, or blurred in terms of boundaries. And then, so when we get to like the actual practical growing of the connection, it's been I feel like it's been stagnated for a little bit for some of you. Like it's been kind of in the same place because this person is showing as not being emotionally available or physically available. Now, when it comes to them being unavailable, it's interesting that we have these Queen and King of Pentacle counterparts at the bottom of the deck, because part of me feels like the reason this person might not be available is more to do with their work or their career for some of you. It may not necessarily be emotionally unavailable, but something that keeps them away from you. There could be traveling here with the Six of Swords. Let's see. Show me the energy of my viewers, please, Spirit. Unpredictable. Show me the energy of this person. We have burdened. They have a lot. Yeah, they have a lot on their plate. I feel like you guys are going to have a pretty sudden awakening with unpredictable about this person and the tangible of things. Your person, I do think that they are bogged down with work. For some of you with this King and Queen of Pentacles, they could even be still like getting out of another connection or still dealing with somebody else. Sometimes the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles can like be husband-wife archetypes, right? It doesn't have to mean that literally for all of you, where like this person's in a third party. They could be, but they could be tied up with somebody else or closing out a chapter with somebody else in their practical, sort of physical, tangible world. And then for you guys, right, like this connection is symbolized by that 6th house Pisces energy. So there's something about the connection that feels very charged. It feels really spiritual. It's emotional. It's something that is in your day-to-day routine with this person, right? Like 6th house can also be like health and fitness stuff too, or just health and wellness in general. There could be a tie in there. The point is, your person is burdened and distracted by something that is keeping them from being able to be fully available for you. So let's see. Show me my viewers, please, Spirit. We have Taurus energy for you. And show me this person's energy. Hold on. Yeah, mentally materialistic, So interesting. We do have intuition here at the bottom. So with that Pisces energy, like you and this person are spiritually connected. They're intuitive, you're intuitive. You guys might feel very, very connected to this person on a much deeper level than other connections that you've been in. But you know, this person, they're in a place right now where they are like really concerned about their finances, their wealth, their money. This talks about more concerned with what people think of them and their status, obsessively focused on money, or cares deeply about owning luxury goods. So that could be significant for some of you. It just bolsters what I was saying about this person is more focused on their career and their money right now. They may even have a business partner with this King and Queen of Pentacles here that they're focused on. You guys, I think, get it though, like with the Taurus energy, because this is an energy of like taking pleasure in those materialistic things at times, or pleasure in, you know, material matters. It also talks about being practical, loyal, trustworthy, stable, taking pleasure in beauty. So there's definitely like a compatibility, I feel, with like the material and the practical sense of things, where you guys understand maybe what this person is going through with their career and their finances, but there's still like some sort of an awakening that you're undergoing around the amount of effort and energy that you're putting into it. For a select few of you, I wonder if you might be having a baby with this person, because engagement, it talks about going to the next stage of commitment. We literally have like a pregnancy picture here in this card. Maybe some of you guys are going to start a family with this person. Let's see. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about this connection for group one and their new person coming through, their next romantic relationship? So we have separation. Yeah, it kind of, again, it bolsters what I'm saying. It's like you guys have known this person. There could be a long distance factor here too with the Six of Swords, travel. Your energy, we have karmic relationship. Okay. Their energy, we have the butterfly. Interesting. Yeah, so I mean, with this karmic relationship coming up for you, my viewer, group one, you're definitely undergoing a spiritual awakening through this connection. So there's going to be triggers when it comes to this person if you haven't experienced it already. Like if they're new, you will probably experience that. If there's somebody that you've been dealing with for a while, which I feel is like the majority of you is the case, they're showing as a karmic relationship. It doesn't have to be all negative and a bad thing, but it basically just means that like this person is teaching you something very important about yourself. And I really feel like it's about you staying grounded in what's happening, right? In terms of the material effort that both people are putting into the connection. The Pisces is beautiful. It's beautiful, dreamy energy, but it's not always grounded, right? Sometimes it can be very nebulous, or, you know, it's so 5D and so spiritual that we feel this like intoxicating feeling with this person, and then a month goes by and we realize, oh, I haven't even seen them. They haven't taken me on a date, right? You have to have people that are willing to be available to take you on dates to actually build something, right? So you're awakening to something as it pertains to that material effort and progress that you've put into this connection so far. This person is healing, right? So the butterfly is beautiful because this talks about transforming, the relationship evolving, moving something to the next phase, healing the inner child, and growth. I do think that this person may have intentions of moving things to the next phase with you because we have engagement here, joining the energies. But this person is also moving through their own personal healing period, and it's connected to money, right? It's connected to money and their worth and their work, right? And so it's pulling them away from being fully available for you in this connection. So, group one, let's close it out by getting some details about who this person may be. We're going to look at a couple decks for this. If you're still with me, I feel like a lot of my group ones might have clicked off by now, which I get it. So who is this spirit that group 1 is in a relationship with next? Oh, I forgot. I almost forgot this card where we have the provider here. I pulled that earlier. Meant to, hold on. Let me move it out of the sun so that you guys can maybe see it a little bit better. That's cute. So we have the provider. Look at this. Okay, something's catching my eye. Does that say budget on his phone? I don't know. It looks like it might say that. I can't really tell. The point being is like this person is worried about their money, their material and providing for. I kind of wonder if some of you guys, for some of you guys, if this person is, they maybe have a child already. There was that imagery with pregnancy here on your end too. So maybe for some of you guys, you already know who this is and you know that you are expecting to have a child, but it's just an interesting synchronicity, right? This is somebody who wants to provide for their family. There's diapers, there's like laundry detergent. He's at the grocery store, right? In that provider mode. And so if that is the case, that is probably another part of what's causing this person to feel stressed out and so focused on money. Okay, now we have some interesting cards coming through for who they are. We've got long-term, coming in as a partner or companion, and then we have false flame. So this is really interesting because this does show that this is a person who, for those of you that have known them, maybe they've been in your life already long-term. You've known them, you've got a history with them, but they also show as having potential to be a long-term connection or in your life for a long time. If you know that you are expecting with this person or that you're having a family with this person, it does make sense, right? That they would be in your life for a long time if that's the case. But yeah, somebody who is showing up here as coming in to be a partner for you, taking things to the next level, someone in your life long term. The false flame is kind of interesting. I think that is supposed to mean like when we think somebody is our twin flame, but they're not. Maybe some of you guys are into like the twin flame connection type of stuff, or you feel like, I think the point is like, it feels like a very intense spiritual connection, right? And the spiritual label, in my opinion, in this reading doesn't really matter as much, but maybe some of you guys feel like this gets a false start or it triggers you. You think it's going one way and then something happens that triggers you and it feels like you were wrong about them, right? With that unpredictable and spiritual awakening energy, I could see that being the case, but they still show as being potentially a long-term partner for you. Let's get some physical attributes and then we'll pull some other cards to see who they are. So they're muscular. 6th house, I mean, health and fitness could be a key component of the connection. Tall. Wavy hair. And then we do have the man bun here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like I haven't seen that hairstyle in a while. Let's pull some of these as well. Who is this person, Spirit, for group 1? This says, has lived in more than one country. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I almost wonder if the unavailable energy that we're picking up on and the separation is more about them working somewhere overseas or long distance from you. We have has lighter skin. Okay. Owns their own home, so they're stable in that regard, which is good. Has an odd numbered birth year. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, this is what I see for your next romantic relationship, group 1. Someone who's a provider, somebody who's definitely concerned about material matters. It looks super interesting. And I definitely feel for a lot of you that you either already know them or have a history with them or will have like a long-term history with this person. So if you made it here to the end, comment below. Let me know if you guys think you know who this is. If you do run into this person out in the wild and they're new, are you going to give them a chance? Or did you look at this reading and you think, heck no? Let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading really soon. Bye. Hey group 2, welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to the Tinseltown Tarot and this rose quartz crystal, this will be your love reading. Today we're going to be looking into your next romantic relationship. So getting into the dynamics of the connection and how things look, as well as some insight about who this person is that you are going to be dating. So let's go ahead and start with looking at some astro dice here, and then we'll pull some overall oracle cards. Okay, so we have Pluto in Cancer and in the 4th house, which is really interesting energy. This relationship, I think, is going to be transformative to your home life. 4th house is home and family energy. Cancer is, the 4th house itself, right? Home and family energy, belonging, your private inner world. Pluto is deep, deep transformation. So this will change over time for you. This definitely feels like it could have potential to be a long-term relationship just on its face looking at this energy. We're going to see as we get more into it. Pluto stays in a sign for a really long time, which is why I'm inclined to think that this could be a longer-term connection that brings some changes to that home and family energy. It could even be like you guys end up having children with this person or marrying this person, living with this person, something like that. The 4th house is also just like a really comfy energy where you feel just really at home with somebody. It's not necessarily like the most passionate energy, but it's a very comfortable feeling like you're at home, right? You just belong. So let's see what we get. We've got new love. For your energy, we have fate. And for their energy, we have new love. Okay, we're going to get to this card toward the end because that's like who they are. Okay, well, this is definitely overwhelmingly somebody that you guys have not met before, right? New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. They're showing up here with new love. So you're going to be a new love to them. They're a new love to you. And Spirit is saying this is a fated connection for you, right? So you're not going to have to do anything. Really, group 2, it just seems like this person comes into your life because they're supposed to. It's a fated, destined connection that comes in. So let's get into it. Let's get the tea. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about their next relationship, group number 2, and this person? Joining energy. 6 of Wands. My viewers' energy. 6 of Cups. And this person's energy. Okay. Kind of just want one. Okay. The Death card, so interesting. Because that's death energy is the same energy of Pluto, right? So, okay. You and this person, I think, will definitely catch each other's eye with the 6 of Wands. There's like a physical attraction. So even though I was saying with the 4th house, it's not always the most passionate, really what I'm getting at is that it's a very comfortable at-home feeling, which I definitely see for you guys with the 6 of Cups here. But yeah, the 6 of Wands, it's like you guys are both very attracted to each other physically. I think there's an energy of the two of you standing out to each other. There could even be an element of you guys being drawn to each other because of your status, your look, something that you represent externally. Even like meeting on social media or something like that could be significant for some of you, but there's definitely like an attention energy that draws the two of you together. And I could even see, especially with the Six of Cups here, you guys being like a power couple, you know, like the couple that posts things on social media. Now, again, the fourth house tells me there is like a shift in your private life with this person. So maybe that doesn't resonate for everybody here, but I just kind of get power couple vibes from this, or like the couple that are just really into each other and they post cute photos on the internet, or they just have that energy, even if they're not posting on the internet, right? For you guys though, it's like a very comfortable, nostalgic energy with the Six of Cups. This energy can feel like we're at home with somebody, like the fourth house. This could be connected to you guys returning to a place from your past as well with fate. So maybe you go back to an old workplace. Maybe with the fourth house, you go back to your hometown, your community that you were raised in. Something like that brings you to this person. And I think that you feel good with them. It's a very sweet energy with the Six of Cups. Definitely a friendship that you feel with this person when you come together. Now, your person has the Death card, which is super interesting. Again, connected to the energy of Scorpio. And I have to say, this depiction of the Death card is something else, okay? We're going to get more into this, obviously, to see what's going on with your person and who they are. But I do feel like your person is going through a big transformation, a big shift, a big personal rebirth themselves. One thing that I would be watching out for with this vampire energy is just that this person is able to stand on their own, right? Because sometimes the symbolism, the energy of a vampire can be, it's like an entity that takes more than it gives, or it relies on, you know, somebody else's life force to keep it alive. But, you know, generally speaking, I feel like this person is going through, they're shifting, they're changing in themselves. They also may have been through a period of rest when it comes to love, because this card of new love says a new love, a recommitment to love is developing, right? And you can see he's sprung up out of his coffin and he has energy now with his little hands up, right? So there's something about them, I think, having gone through a deep shift when it comes to their love life, and maybe they're starting to get back out there and find their footing again. So let's see, group 2. Tell us more, Spirit, about this next romantic relationship. So you guys have the energy of curious. Let's look at their energy. Respect. Well, that's a good sign. See, look, we do have avoidant here at the bottom for them. So again, I think that it doesn't, you know, it's not super overt necessarily yet, as we see in the cards here, but there is something with that vampire energy, which is like emblematic of a toxic trait or something within themselves that they need to change or transmute if they want to be able to have a lasting, loving, romantic relationship, right? So deep transformation happening for your person. They do respect you. You're very curious about them and want to get to know more about them. You guys have a lot of purple energy between you. So purple is connected to the crown. I feel like you and this person might really connect intellectually as well. Like you might have long conversations. You might just be really curious about each other. You might ask a lot of questions. You might be into similar things, right? The good thing is that they do respect you. So even though they might have some tendencies where it's like easier for them to push feelings down or suppress, or maybe they've been avoidant in relationships in the past, the Death card tells me that for them, they're going to be shifting and changing that. It won't come overnight. It's not necessarily easy to do, right? Again, remember the Death card, Pluto, it's slow moving. But they're coming and operating from a place of respect for you, which is already a good sign. Let's see what else. All right, so for my viewers, we have naughty thoughts. Okay, and this person. We have time is ticking. Okay. Yeah, like there's definitely physical attraction here. And this, especially with the phone being here, it goes back to what I was saying with the Six of Wands. Like there's something about the two of you and the way that you show publicly that is very attractive to the other, especially for you. So this is your energy, group 2. This says sexually fantasizing, strong need to be physically near, undeniable physical desires driven by instinct. So you're going to be very, very attracted to this person, I think both intellectually and physically as well. And there could even be an element of like, I don't know, maybe they post stuff online on social media, like little thirst traps or something, or whatever they post, and you're just like really into that, you know? Their energy says, time is ticking. Things moving too fast or not moving at all. Time is difficult to calculate when in union, but feels never ending when apart. This says, I'm trying to be patient. I want you to return, and I want to return to you. Being apart from you feels like an eternity. So something about the timing will be significant for this person. And with that avoidant energy, especially with that quote talking about, I want to return to you, I feel like they're just going to need time. I feel like they're going to need time and space to move through their healing and to be able to work through some of the toxic patterns that they've shown up with in the past. The good thing is with respect being here, that's already like a really positive place for this person to be starting off with when it comes to intentions with you, right? So I think if they've been avoidant in the past or had those tendencies, they're wanting to do better this time. There seems to be a little bit more self-awareness, even if it's not fully healed. Okay, so let's see what else, Spirit, for group 2. Tell us more about this relationship. Oh, we have coffee cup. Meeting and conversing, savoring the moment. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys are going to love talking to this person. Like, talking, going on dates. There's a beautiful, comfortable friendship feeling between the two of you. For you, my viewer, we do have the snake for this person. Aw, we have date. That's so cute. And then we have talking at the bottom. That is so cute. They have good intentions, you guys. This says getting back out there. That's what I feel. It's like, I think that they've been in their little hibernation mode for a while, and they're ready to get back out there, even if they're still operating from their little monster self underneath a bit. This is part of them like kind of transmuting things from the past that didn't go so well for them in love. So they're showing up well. They have respect for you. They're going through a change in the way they show up. I do kind of wonder, because this snake energy is coming up for you guys. This talks about competition, looking over your shoulder, the other woman, enemies, right? Like, there does feel to me like there is a connection here with the public eye, which you guys might be drawn to this person because of something they do in the public eye, or maybe they're just somebody who has a lot of eyes on them, even if they don't have like a social media presence. But that might be significant for you guys, right? Like, maybe you're constantly feeling like you're competing for this person, or you want to stand out to this person really well because you're very attracted to them, and maybe you want to impress them, something like that. So let's look to see who this person is, okay? So Spirit, who is this person? Yeah, it's just, it makes me wonder if you're constantly like looking over your shoulder, like, is someone gonna come for my man, right? Like, if they are a little bit avoidant too, and they're still struggling with like healing that in themselves, that could also bring some of that energy, that snake energy up too. I don't feel anxious though. All right, who is this person, Spirit, that group 2 is going to date? Capricorn. Masculine energy. And then we have Taurus energy as well. And we do have friend, acquaintance, or coworker. Yes, so there's that fourth house, that someone you already have like a comfort zone with, 6 of Cups, fourth house. Someone you already know. So they've got masculine energy, Capricorn, Taurus, so very like, you know, responsible, dependable, ambitious, somebody who is doing well in their career. We have the businessman here. So yeah, that's perfect. That's their archetype. So yeah, you guys probably meet them at work, or they're just like known for those attributes in their work. Let's see what they look like. I like their energy. Let's see. Let's get some physical attributes for group 2's person spirit. Who are they? Ooh, we have red hair. Okay. We have beard. Blue eyes. And we do have muscular here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Let's get a couple more of these. And keep in mind, guys, like the physical appearances might not be, you know, that might not resonate with everybody out there, but let's see. Tell us more, Spirit, about who this person is that group 2 is going to be in a relationship with next. Okay, has a severe allergy. That's oddly specific. Called you the other night. So maybe some of you guys already know who they are. Maybe they're already an acquaintance or someone that you know but haven't really built a connection with yet, right? Because it does say new love. It says dyes their hair unusual colors. One more. It says has lost a loved one within the last year. Okay. Interesting. We also have make something valuable with their own hands. They could be like a blue collar businessman for some of you, or maybe they're creative or artistic in some regards as well. But this is what I see, group 2. Very interesting energy, looks very promising. Comment below, let me know a little bit about your love life so far, and if this reading resonates with anybody that you guys think you know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading really soon. Bye. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to this Labradorite heart and the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, this will be your love reading. So today we're going to be looking into your next romantic relationship, and we're going to get some insight into the connection, the dynamics at play between you and your person, and we will take a look at who this person is and get their traits and qualities. But let's go ahead and get started first by looking at the energy of this connection. For group 3, please, Spirit. All right, so we do have the 5th house here, and we have Leo and Mercury. Cool. So 5th house is definitely like romance and dating. So this could be like a passionate sort of love affair type of energy. Leo and Mercury, so there's communication here. Talking, definitely a talking phase. You and this person might connect over creative hobbies or endeavors. Maybe not necessarily creative, but just hobbies or things that you both enjoy, pleasure, things that you like to do. Children could be something you connect over as well, or just like that childlike fun energy could be a part of this connection. But communication and talking about those 5th house sort of themes are very significant here. Leo energy is interesting too, because Leo is about authenticity, right? So being the authentic you. Sometimes Leo is viewed as a leader as well, right? Like someone who stands out, somebody who draws people to them, even if they're not necessarily trying. So maybe somebody in this connection stands out, or both of you stand out in some sort of unique way. So let's get into this with the cards next. Let's see. We're going to get to that one in a little bit. Joining energy of this connection, Spirit. Okay. Starting us off with a bang here, we have unrequited love. Okay. Show me the energy of my viewers. We have marriage. In this person, we have chemistry. Yeah, so what I'm already kind of feeling is there might be a little bit of a difference in what you guys both want out of the connection, right? You guys have this serious energy of marriage. This person is very attracted to you and very passionate. Maybe that is where the unrequited energy is coming from, right? Where it's like they're attracted to you, you're attracted to them, but maybe with the fifth house, this is not, maybe for you guys, it's like you feel like you can't be serious with this person, even though the chemistry is good, because you're wanting somebody that you can settle down with. And maybe for some reason, this person just doesn't give that. Don't click off yet, group 3. Okay, let's get into this. I'm curious because Spirit is highlighting this for a reason for you as your next romantic relationship. So there should be, that means there's some sort of an important message or significance about it. Tell us more, Spirit, about this next romantic relationship for group 3. Ten of Wands. Show me the energy of my viewers in this connection, please. Knight of Wands in this person. Ace of Swords with the Ace of Wands at the bottom. So the attraction and the chemistry is definitely there between the both of you. It's just so interesting that unrequited love is here. So what's really interesting to me is the joining energy of this connection is the Ten of Wands. And this Ten of Wands tells me there's something about the relationship that's heavy, something that feels burdensome, or something that feels like it's a lot of work. Right? It's making me wonder if there are some other external circumstances that make this a lot of work, or makes it so that it's hard for the two of you to keep things moving physically. What I'm feeling is that there could be an energy of people, like other people, that make this difficult, right? Whether it's just like other people's expectations, people in the social circle, people's opinions. I don't know. We're going to see as we build the reading out a little bit more. But notice all the people here watching the scene. And in this Ten of Wands, there's like a line of people here that are kind of drudging through the forest, right? Not in the best space. But the both of you guys have strong chemistry and attraction toward each other. You guys in this Knight of Wands, like you're feeling passionate about this person. You're excited about them. They have the Ace of Wands as well as the Ace of Swords, right? So that passion and that spark is there with them as well. And the Ace of Swords is intellectual curiosity or intellectual stimulation. One thing that I am wondering though is like for some of you, if there's just something about the circumstances, right? Where like, even though there's this attraction and chemistry present, this might be like a beautiful, passionate love affair type of energy where you guys both know that it can't go further because something about it would just be too hard, right? The Ten of Wands is literally like when you're having to put in tons of work to make something happen. So you guys might just be like, you know what? I'm going to have fun with this person. I'm going to enjoy it. But something about the mechanics make it like short term, like they're not going to be my partner. They're not going to be my husband. They're not going to be my wife. Like that type of energy. Let's keep going. Group 3. Tell me more, Spirit, about this connection for my group 3 viewers. Burden for you guys. And show me this person. Entitled for them. Mixed feelings with combative at the bottom of the deck. Ambivalence, mixed feelings. Well, this person feels like they're entitled to something when it comes to you. Seems like the burden is falling more on your energy, even though it's showing up as the joining energy, the connection. With this burden coming up for you, this is how you end up showing up with this person. Let's see. Let's see, Spirit. Show me the energy of my viewers. Oh, third party situation. Show me the energy of this person, please. Great source of power. And then we have rebuilding at the bottom of the deck. So for some of you guys, I feel like, okay, is this somebody that you guys have been married to already? Or there's a third party energy here. So it could even be like you, my viewer, are still married or still like otherwise tied up with somebody else when you meet this person. Or maybe you guys have been married to this person before or still are, and there's some sort of a rekindling happening here. Regardless, it just feels like there's a lot of baggage that's still bogging things down with this relationship. This is like you guys feeling burdened about this third party situation. It says main character or the side piece, another person got in the way of the relationship, feeling betrayed and second guessing self-worth. You guys have the third party energy. They have the dream team like energy. This says the dream team of change. Reunion creates exponential growth, highly influential and agents of change. Like this person feels like the two of you are a power couple together, right? They feel that chemistry, that attraction. They've had some sort of sharp realization about the power that the two of you hold when you're in a relationship together. They do have feelings of entitlement over you though, right? They're entitled to something when it comes to you. That's what's coming across. It's a little like, you know, they think they deserve a certain treatment. They think they deserve something from you. And you guys feel passionately about this person with this Knight of Wands, but I'm noticing here, look at this. I'm noticing this fox with this woman here with the Knight of Wands. With the third party, I wonder if you guys might have had a situation in the past with this person where you like were in a third party situation, or there was like infidelity here, there was deception here, sneakiness here, and you guys are feeling burdened over that with this person now. So it's interesting because I feel like Spirit is pointing to you guys like rekindling or rebuilding with somebody where there's some baggage from the past here. Let's see. Tell me more, please, Spirit, about this next romantic relationship for group 2 and this person. We have love call. Yeah, so you guys are going to come back together like through the phone. Like talking on the phone is going to be a big part of this connection. We have passion on your end of things. So you're still feeling really attracted to them, feeling drawn to them. But the burden of the third party is sitting on your end of things, group 3. This person has talking. So they're still interested. I think they're the one that's going to initiate communication here. But look, at the bottom of the deck, we have competition, enemy, looking over your shoulder, the other woman. There's still some sort of an infidelity energy that's present here with you and this person when it comes to this connection. This does not feel like somebody new for the majority of my group 3 viewers. This feels more like somebody that you have like a baggage with or history with already, resurfacing here or rekindling. Now, if this is somebody new, for those select few of you where you're like, this has to be somebody new because this situation doesn't pertain to me, It could be that it's just not your reading today, but the other piece that could be is that there's baggage from cheating in the past, like past relationships that don't have to do with this person. So that could be significant for some of you as well. If this is like somebody new coming through for you, it's like maybe you guys have been hurt or burned in the past. And there's a little fear or burden that you're still carrying over that situation. All right, so let's take a look and see who this person is, group 3. So Spirit, who is this person that group 3 will be in a relationship with? We have coming in as a partner or a companion. We have family or past connection. Yeah, I really think for the majority of you, this is somebody you've already dealt with. And then we have friend, acquaintance, or coworker, and we have long-term at the bottom of the deck. So could be that you guys end up with this person long-term. I think the more likely hypothesis, I mean, anything's possible, but it just feels like somebody that's been in your life for a long time. We do also have the romantic, very sweet. So they're going to come forward. I think they're going to make a gesture. They're going to communicate with you, call you, express their love, their care. They're going to be the ones, I think, to ask you guys out and like want to reconcile with you, because they feel like you guys could be like a power couple together. They want clarity with you as well with the Ace of Swords. Just know that they have some feelings of entitlement here when it comes to you. Like they feel that they're owed something, or they feel like they deserve something, which might be contributing to the burdensome feelings. I think especially if you, my viewer, had an indiscretion in the past, they might still be holding that over you a little bit here. Who is this person, Spirit, that's coming in for group 3? Colorful hair. These physical attributes may not pertain to everybody. We'll just have fun with it. Blonde hair, okay. Man bun. And then we do have average weight at the bottom of the deck. So those could be some potential physical traits that they embody. And let's just do one more deck here, Spirit, for group 3. Who is this person coming in for group 3? We have dyes their hair unusual colors, so that kind of corroborates the colorful hair. Let's see. Has personal pride for their collectibles. It says, met you more than 1 year ago. So you've already met them. You already know who they are, which is confirming what I've been seeing in this reading. Has dreams about you. So you're still heavy on their mind, and then is known to be sarcastic often. Very interesting energy, group 3. Please comment below and let me know if you know who this person is, because I feel like most of you guys do. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading really soon. Bye.